Have you ever wondered why you are so soft? Why you're weak? Why you're such a nice guy? Maybe you've been told this all your life, or maybe women have told you this, and you're just trying to figure out, why are they telling me this? Why are they saying this to me? Am I this type of person? Or maybe you know that you are. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about why you are a weak male, why you're soft, and why you're a nice guy. Maybe you did not have a father growing up. And if you did not have a father growing up, it was hard for you to really model what it meant to be a man. It was hard for you to understand how to handle situations that come up if you don't have a male to look up to or a man to look up to in your family, specifically a male role model who should have been your father. Now, when the father is not in the household, the other person that you have to look up to is your mother. Now, I'm not trying to downplay or talk bad on mothers. However, what I will say is a mother is not your father. Your mother is not the one that is going to teach you how to be a man. Your mother is not the one that's going to show you how to deal with conflicts and situations where you need to be a man in that situation. Yeah, some of you guys, you may have had a father in your household, or you may have had a father growing up, but let me ask you something. What did he really teach you about being a man? What did he teach you about dealing with situations or handling yourself when conflicts come up? What did he teach you about hard work, grit? What did he teach you about just the can-do attitude? What did he teach you about women? What did he teach you about life in general? And that's very important, because if you did not have a man in your life, or you didn't have a father in your life, or somebody, that role model to teach you that, the only person that you can look up to and the only example of how to deal with anything is your mother. And you have no idea of how to really be a man, because everything that you're being taught and told from your mother and from school, just think about all the women that you interacted with from when you were a young boy up until now. Everything they're teaching you and telling you is from a female perspective. And if you have the ideology of a female, it's going to be very difficult for you to be a man. And that is what created you to be who you are today. You didn't have that strong male role model. And so when there is not a father in the house, when there is not a strong role model that is a man, the only person that you can learn from is a woman. And everything you do in life, if you learn from a woman from a young age up until now, everything you learn from a woman is through a woman's perspective. It's a feminine perspective on life. And as a man, you can't be a strong man. You can't be a leader. You can't be dominant if your ideology is based on a female perspective. It's very important that you understand that. And I'm going to help you change that throughout these videos. And if you work with me one-on-one, we're going to change that to where you can be the man that you are. You can be masculine, a leader, strong, dominant, and the one that gets respect. Now, even if you did have a father in your house, but you're still a soft male, you're still weak, and you're still a nice guy, even if you had a father in the house, your father was weak. I'm just going to call it what it is. Your father was weak. Your mother ran the household because she didn't think that your father was strong enough to run the household. So she had to run the household. She was the man of the house. She wore the pants. And when you see that as an example for you as a boy growing up, dad is not wearing the pants. He has to sleep on the couch. Mom is yelling at him. Mom is controlling the household. She controls the finances. She controls everything. And when she does that, you see that it takes the power away from your father. You may not be consciously aware of that. However, that's what's going on. And it becomes normal. All the things that you're experiencing now in your relationship or you experience with women is the same thing that your father probably was experiencing. He didn't have the power to show you how to be a man, because when things came up, your mother tried to make sure that she was the one that figured it out. She was the one to take charge, leaving your father unable to do his duties as a man and your father. So if you had a weak father in the household growing up, that reflects onto you, because you still don't have an example of what it meant to be a strong man. Understand that. The other thing, and we're going to take us a little bit back. I don't want to go too deep into it, but when you were a small boy, right? The thing that really caused you to be who you are now, where you're not getting respect, you're a soft male, you're weak, nice guy, all that stuff, is you didn't feel wanted when you were younger. Maybe mom and dad separated. Maybe mom ignored you, dad ignored you. Maybe they were not around and you just wanted that time with them. You wanted to feel like you were their son. You wanted to feel like you were important, that you belonged, you were validated, but you didn't get that when you were growing up. So when you didn't get that growing up, and now that you're older, you're looking for every way that you can get validated from the woman that you're with. So that means doing everything she wants you to do. That means being a nice guy, being a good boy, letting her walk all over you, doing all these things so she can validate you, because your validation is not there. You don't have self-worth and validation because that was robbed from you when you were a child. Now, it's not your fault that that happened to you. However, we're not playing victim. Now that you're a grown man, you have to validate yourself. You have to know within yourself that you are important, and you have to validate yourself, because if you don't understand that you're important and you don't validate yourself, you're always going to look for validation outside of you. And remember this, I'm gonna leave you with this. Anything that someone gives you from the outside can always be taken away from you. Anything that you create from the inside, it can't be taken away from you, and it can always grow stronger and stronger and stronger. So those are the reasons why you're a soft male, why you're weak, and why you're a nice guy. Once you understand that, you accept it, you can change the dynamic of who you are and be the true you, not the you that society or women want you to be, but who you actually are. You can be that strong man. You can be that guy that's great, and you can be that man that is worthy of respect. But it all starts with working on the inside.